Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. Where are you? How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? I may never know, but you can know me from what I put down on these pages. I come from a little village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight, just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elder said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era. A great change is coming. Everyone was afraid. I was surrounded by questions and I began to feel how little I know. What is this season that is about to end, and why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go: that I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
Three, two, one. Hooray! Mr. Lotto's here.
My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure. The burner's on the table, ready to make a pendant. Mom is cooking sweet bark soup. She got out some old tapes.
You're up. What are you doing standing there? Time to get going. It's gonna be a beautiful morning. I'm making progress. I found the burner, camera, recorder, travel bag. Breakfast is in progress. Still gotta make a pendant. We haven't used this in so long. Good thing I saved the instructions. Just as you would use a shield to protect your body, an identity pendant protects your mind. Your thoughts, memories, everything that makes you, you. We don't wear them here in the village anymore. But if you're going into the outside world, I'll feel better when you've got a pendant shielding you. Diseases of the mind, like the dream sickness. It was Dr. Fumio's last invention. He realized that some psychedelic maladies were impossible to cure, so he made the pendant to prevent them in the first place. If you have a better idea how to protect your brain from being destroyed, let's hear it. That's what I thought. In times of war, a pendant can be used to identify a body. Let's skip that part. Objects have two layers, the physical and the mental. The pendant needs to absorb both. 1. Collect a sentimental object for each sense: sound, smell, feel, sight, taste. 2. Feel the sense and speak aloud a memory of the object. 3. Feed the object into the burner. The memory will leave the speaker as it is transferred to the pendant. That means I'll forget the memory after I say it. It's supposed to be painless, at least. No, you must remember everything. That's your role. The pendant needs this little sacrifice. I want to be sure it works. Don't be afraid. A few memories is a small price to pay for knowing you'll be safe. Okay, so this old tape should work for our sense of sound. I remember. You and I fell asleep listening to this tape. Your dad came home? We all rested together until it got dark. What an odd feeling. Like an absence, disappearing. The empty space fills itself back in until I forget that I forgot anything at all. I'm glad I'm only losing a few memories. If I lost too many, I wouldn't even know who you are. You should pick the rest of the objects. I'll lose the memories, but you'll have them in the pendant forever. So they should be important to you. They should be parts of your identity you want to be sure to protect. So think about what these items and what the memories would preserve about you. Let's do smell next. Find an object with a strong odor and that holds a piece of you.
Granite, seaside, darkness. This speaks to how my mom loves me. Honey, wax, baby, waves. I was loved by people I have no memory of. Ancient perfume, sweet. Nothing is ever lost. Sweet wax, honey. How I've tried to save things. Childhood. Too sweet, too old. I always wanted to experience new things. Nothing. I used to see souls everywhere. I was loved by people I have no memory of. Nothing is ever lost.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. This kind of candle keeps someone alive for the time it takes to burn. Just a few hours when death is nearby. It can be enough for last rites, last words. This was Grandma's candle. She didn't want to use it. You spent a lot of time with her when you were a baby. I realized she wouldn't live long enough for you to remember her. Or for her to see you grow up and discover what kind of person you'd be. So in a way, you don't know her, and she didn't know you. And yet, she loved you. I don't know where love goes, but it belongs to you anyway. Now touch. Pick something with a texture you like.
Fabric, skin, plush, limbs. This speaks to how my dad loved me. The binding is loose. The lace of the cover is ready to slip away. How I always wanted to meet these strangers. Try. Slime. I always had the intuition the world could change completely. Aggressive, delicate, mineral. I look closely. Soft scratch paper. I remember who my dad was. Glossy photo surface. I was born in the glow of my parents' love. My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure. My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure. Cool, scratchy palm grains. A friend gave me this a long time ago. Cheap velvet flower. I collect stories. Creased paper lines. I take care of fragile things. Cool, battered brass. I always looked for other worlds. My hand in my own hand. This speaks to how my mom loves me. Soft, cold, smooth. I used to see souls everywhere. cool, round glass. I always wanted to experience new things. Brittle, soft, wilted. Nothing is ever lost. Waxy, papery, chewable. How I've tried to save things.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, feel the paper. I remember your dad sitting a long time while you did this portrait of him. But you spent most of the time erasing, getting it down to fewer and fewer details. He's been gone for years now, and yet when I look at these lines, I remember what he was like around the house. The way he moved, danced, and laughed. You really captured him, his way of being, his soul. What is a force in the world that makes everything go away? How could a few lines on a scrap of paper resist it? For how long? You were so young when you learned that the love in our lives is not constant. People are never replaced. They just go. We see them in these lines until the lines go too. I'm fine. Let's do sight next. Pick something that looks nice.
Mom and Dad before I was born. I was born in the glow of my parents' love. Money. I always had the intuition the world could change completely. Poisoned, blue, shine. I look closely. Worn cover. How I always wanted to meet these strangers. Mr. Lotto, this speaks to how my dad loved me. Dignified ringer. I always looked for other worlds. Gray textured crumble. A friend gave me this a long time ago. Artificial blue sunflower badge. I collect stories. Dried mountain flowers. Nothing is ever lost. Yellow treat holiday candy. How I've tried to save things. Gold, glint, smile, blushing face. I used to see souls everywhere. Brown, glass, ochre, parchment. I always wanted to experience new things. My hand when I was a child. This speaks to how my mom loves me. I collect stories.
So, what did you end up choosing? I remember. I can see it so clearly. It was a Wandering Tale festival, and the plaza was packed. The tension in the air. I remember you were so nervous. You moved from table to table, collecting everyone's story fragments. And then you stood in front of everyone and had to tie them all together into one story. You were calm, and your mind seemed to float through, inventing and remembering at the same time. It was the first time you did something in front of the whole village. And you won the blue ribbon. There were many moments throughout your life when I knew you would leave someday. I knew you wanted more stories than our little village could offer. For taste, we can eat breakfast and feed some to the burner. The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. We're standing here. You're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And never tamper with it. Okay? Then I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up. I've lost so much. How could the world ask me to lose you too? Look at us. There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning.
I just performed a ritual with my mom. The moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, for the future. I never knew when my mom would share a memory of Dad while cooking, on a walk, with no warning. It knocked the wind out of me. Rituals take this grief and give it a shape and a story. Filling in this journal is a ritual too, but for a loss that hasn't hit us yet. I've brought tools to record the sights and sounds of this season. I'll start by recording the only place I've ever known,